up everyone, Steve again from RC Tanks and Trucks 24/7. Sorry about the super glossy box, but this is a new Lister D engine from Okmo and Retrol. Super awesome, can't wait to check it out. So links down below if you want to go check it out. It is from Sterling Kit. First up we get an instruction manual, which is always good to know. Quick specs about the model. It's basically brass, stainless or an aluminium construction. Ready to run, 3.cc displacement. The bore is 16mm with a steel piston ring, which is amazing. Water cooling, electric drill or hand start, CDI ignition, which takes 1 AA battery, and you use 95 or above petrol or gas. Engine oil is 5W30 or 40. Sweet. Let's have a look what you get. Seen some videos of this and they look amazing. Whoa, here we go. Oh, it's heavy. Now here's your starting. Accessories, put in the drill. Now you can start it, I've seen here and or here, which I think they recommend on this side. So that's why you get two, and you get some stickers there as well. But check out that. It is really heavy. We'll first see what else you get. You get a little bucket, because on the side of this it has a working tap for when you put your distilled water in there to water cool it. You can open it up, hang your tap on the side, just like that, and empty it away. So that's pretty cool. Nice little scale kind of touch there. You get a funnel, and also you get a little bottle here for your oil. So it's like this kind of squeezy bottle. It's a really fine needle tip to, where is it? There we can undo it. Like that, just squirt on the parts we need to oil it. Awesome. Alright, so, like I said, from Sterling Kit. Thank you very much for sending this. But check out that. Now what I do believe these were introduced in 1926, mass production. These Lister engines, mainly used in agriculture and industry, but you know, powering pumps and all that kind of cool stuff. But here we have a real little one. How great does that look? It's, like I said, super heavy, really nice construction. Check out that. You got your fuel tank, you got your governor down there, and you need a little oil port for that as well. That's why that fine point on this will be beneficial for that. There's all your electronics here. I think that's what your magneto, your contacts, runs to your spark plug, which is just here. There's that cool little tap. I'll open up this little port here and the one up here where you oil it, so you can see the insides a little bit. Spin it around here. That's where you add your distilled water. There's a plug there. I guess you could put it to a bigger cooling system, maybe like a radiator or something like that if you want a continuous running. Super heavy flywheel, gives you the direction. There is your key to start it. Up here is your CDI unit and your single AA battery that's needed to power it. That's it. Nice wooden base. I've got something more to show you in a second there. Got your exhaust here, your carburetor, your governor, and I do believe this is your speed. Like I said, I'm fairly new in this, but we'll figure it out in a second. I do like it does have an arrow, which is super handy. And here is, I do believe, like your choke. Now you can pull this up, and underneath, it's hard to see, there's a little flap just here, but it opens and closes. So I do believe when they recommend starting, you lift it up, close it, turn it 3 or 4 times to get the fuel running through, and that's it. And a really nice fuel line you can see running through, a really nice quality. But here's your governor, your spring here, just up here, and that's obviously actuates all this. But like I said, I'm new to all this. It looks awesome, so let's get that running in a second. But also, on Sterling Kit's website, they have this. Check out this bad boy. It's like a trolley. So instead of these two runners, you put it on here, and you can, you know, haul it around on here, which I think is pretty sweet. What I also noticed is you could attach like a little belt to this and run something on it, I believe, if you're really into that stuff. But all right, I'll open these two panels up to show you the insides, and also because you need to oil it, 5 to 10mm of oil is what's recommended. So I'll show you that in a second. All right, so we'll just undo these two screws, and you can see the inlet and exhaust valve. There we go. You can hear it sucking away, which is pretty cool. And so you add oil here, and on this side it drops all the way down to the crankshaft, and that is visible through here, so I'll show you that as well. Alright, 4 screws are undone. And you can just lift this little panel off, and there is your bottom end. You can see it rotating in there. So this channel down here, when you pour the oil down, it runs down here. I think it's like a splash lubrication system on the bottom end bearing there. So yeah, pretty sweet. That's basically it. I think enough talking. Let's see it run. All right, water's in, fuel's in, oil's in. Primed this, holding up the choke, spun it over 3 times by hand. Let's go. Everything is straight out of the box. Let's try it out. That helps we turn that on. Oh! Look at that. Oh, awesome. Straight out of the box, nothing changed. A little breather hole up here. So, they recommend running low RPM for the first few times to run it in. That's what it's in the instruction manual. There we go. Let's just put this back there. So it's very delicate, the needle. Spin it around. Wow, look at that. No changes, out of the box. Not running rich at all. Can't hardly even see the exhaust. Perfect. I'm going to put a bit of load on this. There you go, see it sped up. That's a governor doing its thing, I guess. Oh, there we go. Awesome, let's try that again. Putting load on the flywheel here. Let's start that again. That's awesome. Oh, there we go. I'm just holding this so the lid doesn't come off. But look at that, running really, really good. What happens if you lift up the choke? Doesn't like that. Doesn't need it. A bit more, put a bit of pressure on here. The governor's doing its thing, raising the RPM. I'm still putting pressure on the flywheel. Yeah, that's a fair bit actually. Don't have a pressure feel, but I'm putting a fair bit of. That's actually pretty impressive. On the bottom again. Stored out a bit there, but I was giving a lot of pressure there. But there you go. Well, like I said, I haven't played around too much of any of this. Oh, awesome. Let's have a look. I'll show you this tap. So let's start it back up again. I wonder if the fuel's run out actually. I didn't feel a lot of that. Oh, still going. So, let's get a little bucket. Hang a little bucket here. And if you open it up, it does actually come out. Yeah, and the water's warm. Hey. Sorry about that. See ya. How cool is that? Let's close that back up again. Running nice now, a bit higher RPM. Lower that back down. Wow, super impressed, running really well. Yeah, well, I don't know what, got much else to say, but it runs really, really good. Links down below if you want to go check it out. I guess the more times you run it, let's turn it off. I guess the more times you run it might be easier to start even by hand. I don't know, let's try. Oh. Oh, there we go. Started by hand. I guess it might matter when it's a bit warm too, but there you go. That's awesome. Really impressive. Alright guys, what do you think? Leave a comment, start a conversation down below. Links down below if you want to go check it out. First time having one of these Lister engines. I think it's great. Quality is good. Started first go. So I can't really fault it actually at the moment. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. Thanks for watching guys. See you in the next one.